Bridge beyond words.
Bridge beyond words.
Okay, are you ready for this? Today, we are going back to Paris. Not for the food and not for the Eiffel Tower. We are talking about the year 2026, the World Finals of Jus Debout.
Oh, I remember that event. The energy was crazy. Dancers from all over the world were there. Every single person in that room wanted that title. It is one of the biggest stages in the world.
Exactly. But imagine the scene. The music starts, the judges are ready, and out walks a kid, a 13-year-old boy named Lee Yong-kyu.
Oh, wait, stop. 13? Seriously? When I was 13, I was mostly worried about my homework and video games. You are telling me this kid was in Paris on a world stage competing against the best of the best?
I am dead serious. He is from Chongqing, China, and he didn't just show up to participate, he won. He became a world champion at 13 years old.
That is mind-blowing. It really is. But how? Street dance is so difficult. It takes so much physical strength and rhythm. How does a middle school student beat everyone else?
Well, that is what we are going to dive into today, because this is not just a story about a talented kid. It is a story about a very specific style, a lot of hard work, and a very supportive family.
I love stories like this. So, tell me about his style first. I heard it wasn't just normal street dance. People were talking about it for days.
You're right, it was very different. He did something that most people don't think to do. He took Chinese martial arts, kung fu, and he mixed it with street dance.
Wait, martial arts in street dance? How does that even work? Is it like a kung fu movie on a dance floor?
Sort of, but it was more natural than that. People said his routine had a drunken boxing feel. You know, that style where the movements look a bit loose and unpredictable, but they are actually very strong and controlled?
Oh, I can see that in my head. That must have looked incredible. Street dance is all about surprise, and using martial arts movements is the ultimate surprise.
Exactly. He wasn't just doing steps he learned in a class. He was showing his identity. He was showing where he comes from. And the international crowd in Paris? They loved it. They had never seen anything like it before.
That is the key, isn't it? Being memorable. A lot of people can move their bodies well, but not everyone can tell a story with their dance. Lee Yong-kyu told the story of his culture.
And when people asked him about it later, his answer was so funny. He didn't give a long, deep speech. He basically just said, Chinese martial arts are cool.
Haha! That is such a teenager answer. I love it. No fake media talk. Just a kid who thinks something is cool and wants to show it to the world.
Right? It makes him so relatable. But don't let the simple answer fool you. Behind that cool dance was years of intense training. This didn't happen overnight.
That's what I wanted to ask. How long has he been doing this? He's only 13, so he couldn't have been dancing for decades.
Actually, it all started in 2021. He was only 8 or 9 years old back then. His mother took him to watch some people dancing on the street in Chongqing. He watched them, and he thought it was amazing.
So one afternoon with his mom changed everything. That is a small moment with a huge result. Did he start classes right away?
He did. And he didn't just treat it like a hobby. Very quickly, it became a serious path. We are talking about a training schedule that would tire out most adults.
What does serious mean for a 13-year-old? 2 hours a week? 3?
Try 5 to 6 days a week, every week, for years.
Wow, that is a full-time job. 5 or 6 days a week? That means he is finishing school and going straight to the dance studio. While his friends are playing or resting, he is practicing the same move over and over again.
Exactly. That is why his coach describes him as an effort-based athlete. That is a very specific term. It means he doesn't just rely on the talent he was born with. He is a worker.
I think that is an important lesson for anyone. Talent can get you through the door, but effort is what makes you a world champion. If you aren't willing to do the boring work, you won't get the big win.
And his coach says he never backs away from a difficult move. If a move is hard, Lee Yong-kyu just tries it more times. He stays locked in.
That kind of discipline at that age is rare. Most kids want to stop when things get hard, but he seems to enjoy the challenge.
He really does, and his family was there every step of the way. His parents didn't just drop him off at the studio. They stayed with him. Sometimes they stayed until very late at night while he practiced.
That support is everything. You can't reach that level alone, especially when you are a child. You need people who believe in you when you are tired or frustrated.
For sure. And that support structure followed him all the way to France. Can you imagine the pressure? This was his first time going abroad for a competition. First time.
Wait, his first time leaving the country was to go to the World Championships? That is terrifying. Most people would be too nervous to move. New food, new language, a huge international crowd watching you.
But he handled it perfectly. He said winning that title felt like achieving a small dream.
A small dream. Winning a world title in Paris is a small dream to him? That is hilarious. What is a big dream for him then?
Well, he is very clear about that. His big goal? The Olympics.
The Olympics, of course. Breaking is an Olympic sport now, and he wants to represent China on the biggest stage in the world.
And honestly, after what he did in Paris, who is going to tell him he can't? He already has the style, he has the discipline, and he has the time. He's only 13. He hasn't even reached his physical peak yet.
That's the scary part. Scary in a good way. If he is this good now, imagine how good he will be in 4 years, or 8 years. He is just getting started.
Exactly. To him, Paris was just chapter 1. It was the beginning of the story, not the end. He is already looking at what is next.
You know what I find most amazing? After he won, after he became famous across the world, he went home to Chongqing. And do you know what was waiting for him?
Let me guess. Homework?
Yes, homework. World champion on Saturday, back to school, and homework on Monday. I just love that detail.
It's perfect. It keeps him grounded. It reminds everyone that he is still a kid. He is living 2 lives at the same time. In one life, he is a superstar athlete. In the other life, he is a normal student who has to pass his tests.
It makes him so much more relatable. It shows that you don't have to be a distant superstar. You can be a regular person who does extraordinary things through hard work.
And that brings us back to the cultural part of his dance. By using martial arts, he wasn't just trying to be different. He was sharing his home with the world. He was saying, this is where I come from, and this is why it's cool.
I think that's why the judges and the crowd loved him so much. It felt real. It felt personal. In a world where a lot of things look the same, he was something unique.
That's a great point. Authenticity. He didn't try to look like a dancer from New York or London. He looked like a dancer from Chongqing who knows Kung Fu. And that is why he won.
It's a lesson for all of us, really. Whatever you do, don't try to be a copy of someone else. Bring your own identity to the table. That is how you become unforgettable.
I couldn't agree more. Skill is important, hard work is necessary, but identity? Identity is what makes you a legend.
So, what's next for Lee Young-kyu? We know the Olympics is the big goal. Is he back in the studio already?
Knowing him, he probably never left. He is likely practicing right now, working on a move that is even more difficult than the ones he did in Paris.
I truly can't wait to see him on the Olympic stage. The world is watching him now, and I think he is ready for it.
Me too. It's a great story. It makes you want to go out and work on your own small dreams.
Exactly. Whether it's dancing or studying or anything else, effort matters. Lee Young-kyu is proof of that.
Well, that's our story for today. 13 years old, world champion, and just getting started. Keep an eye on the name Lee Young-kyu. You're going to hear it again.
For sure. Thanks for sharing this. It was really inspiring.
Anytime. And to everyone listening, what's your small dream? Maybe today is the day you start working on it.
Well said. See you next time, everyone.
Bye for now.